we probably have the easiest set of missions for Kelak held this week. We are looking to clear without eating any food, and we are running a goddess team with Dairy Airy. Now, turn 1, we're probably just going to dump these extra attacks that we don't really need, followed by Liz Shield. The only attack we want to hold on to is Tarm's ult drain, so that we can keep Kelak's ult in check. We don't want to take that, so that's going to deal a lot of AoE damage on us. This team's going to stack quite the amount of points thanks to the buffs it can drop. Liz Shield being 4 buffs, and then Margaret Cleanse does have 8 buffs. So we got an extra cleanse, we got an extra ult drain. We didn't get a Liz Shield, so we are going to Tarm stance instead. We're going to cleanse off this infect and poison, and then again we are going to drop these extra attacks, kind of keeping the same or a similar hand as before. Now Liz stun isn't going to work here, so we aren't really worried about getting that. We are going to clear with Dairy ult, so we do want to make sure that we can kind of space out attacks from her so that we can stack her passive. Probably around turn 4 or 5, I would say. I believe the turn that he buffs. So we do have another cleanse. It looks like we can go for Godla's ult, so we can top off our health with that. So we are going to push for that. We could also push for Dairy ult, but we do need to keep Kelak's ult in check like I mentioned before, so we probably don't need to get Liz ult yet. We are probably just going to have to hope that we get another Liz card so that we can get her ult the following turn. We're going to clear off those debuffs again, and we are going to get the buff 4 times missions, so that's going to be done fast as well. We have 3 different units that have buff effects, so there won't be any issues there. And looks like we did get a Liz merge, so we are going to get her ult here. Tarm's looking pretty low, but it looks like he's going to single target onto Margaret. And she is infected, but at least we got another cleanse. So I could hold that for the next turn, but I'm not sure if he does infect again. So I am going to hold it just in case. And we can push for Dairy and Margaret ult at the same time as Liz. We actually got a pretty good draw there. So this looks like the turn that we are going to transition on. I think this is turn 5, the same turn that he does use his buff. Now I think he... Yep, so he... Okay, so it's the same infect, so we can cleanse this off. But unfortunately that is going to lead to a merge on Dairy cards. That kind of sucks. I kind of want to hold on to that merge, but I don't think there's any way around it if I want to fully heal. So we're just going to cleanse off the debuffs. We're going to get 60 points for each cleanse there, followed by so many +5s. Liz ult's going to heal everybody up to full. Margaret ult's not going to do a lot because of that buff. But thanks to all of the Dairy buffs from the cleanse and the Liz ult, followed by her passive, she's going to hit very hard there, and we are going to go into phase 2. And it looks like we got some very good merges. We can set up Dairy ult quite quickly here. That might actually be the play, because staying on this phase for too long is kind of annoying. So just going to go straight for her ult. We still have Liz shield up, so I don't think he can really kill us here, since especially we didn't use a buff. He's not going to get any of his passive stacks. Looks like he's going to infect Tarm and Liz, and then there's this pretty strong weak point AoE. It didn't do too much. So we have Liz ult, or not Liz ult, Dairy ult. This is turn 7. I could either risk it with this cleanse and stall, or we'll chuck everything out. Stalling is probably not a good idea, especially since we have to cleanse here. He is going to get a stack of his passive, so we'll do that Margaret cleanse. We do have evasion here, and we've got a lot of stacks. Killing for 2.3 mil on turn 7. This is going to net us a nice 10.4k. I was not expecting that. That's pretty good. I think that's the highest I've seen so far. But that is how you can do Kelak Hell. If you guys liked it, drop a thumbie. Maybe a sub if you're into that. See you in the next one.